Harrisburg on the Susquehanna River. The generating station had 2 units, both capable of generating more than 800 megawatts of electricity. Unit 1 began operating in 1974, and Unit 2 started in 1978. Everything was running smoothly at the stations until March 28, 1979, at 4 in the morning. The plant experienced a failure in the secondary non-nuclear section of the plant. Like most nuclear facilities, 3 Mile Island is a water pressurized reactor. This means water under pressure is heated as it goes through the uranium-filled fuel rods, and the water in return heats another water system, turning it into steam to run the turbines that generates electricity. What happened was the pump that circulates water through the steam generators and turbines failed. Since the pump was out, water couldn't circulate, so pressure built up until a relief valve blew on the turbines. This is where the radiation was released into the atmosphere. Since the system was down, there was no way to draw heat out of the cooling water that circulates through the reactor itself. Pressure built up until another relief valve was triggered, but at this time, highly radioactive steam had filled the containment building. The loss of pressure automatically shut it down. Alarms ring and the lights flash. A core meltdown begins. At 7:45, the federal and state authorities were concerned with the small release of radioactive gases that were measured off-site. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission's regional office in King of Prussia was notified. At 8 a.m., the regional office dispatches their first team of inspectors to the site. The Department of Energy and Environment Protection Agency also mobilized their response teams. By 9:15, the White House had been notified. At 11 a.m., anyone that was not essential was told to leave the plant. By midday, helicopters had taken radioactive samples from above the plant. A team from Brookhaven National Laboratory was sent to assist in the radiation monitoring. By evening, the core seems cooled and the reactor seems stable. On Friday, March 30th, there's a new concern because a significant release of radiation from the plant's building was done to relieve pressure on the primary system, and now it's causing confusion and concern. Governor Dick Thornborough and Joseph Hendry order all citizens vulnerable to radiation within a 5-mile radius to evacuate immediately. Early Saturday, on March 31st, a new hydrogen bubble causes concern because it can explode or burn the pressurized vessel. On April 1st, experts determined that it couldn't burn or explode because there was no oxygen in the vessel. 2 weeks later, a 12-member commission was sent to investigate to see what the impacts of this event would be on our health and safety. On October of 1979, the Commission's report recommends the industry develops a standard of excellence. Sites need agency-accredited training institutions for the operators and immediate supervision of the operations. 3 Mile Island ranked 5 on the nuclear event scale as accident with wider consequences. The long-term effects on 3 Mile Island are an ongoing debate. According to researchers and scientists, the amount of radiation released was not harmful to the health of any residents living nearby. But the residents have different thoughts because there was a 64% increase of cancer in the community after the meltdown. From 1975 to 1979, there was 1,722 cases of cancer. 1981 to 1985, there was 2,831 cases of cancer. Despite what the press released about no concern, the numbers beg to differ. Those that live in the community are and continue to be affected. The cleanup process of 3 Mile Island and the Reactor 2 started in August in 1979 and ended in December of 1993, with a total cost of $1 billion. In total, 2.5 megacuries of radioactive gases and 15 curies of iodine-131 were released into the environment after 3 Mile Island. After, there was a generational pushback on nuclear energy and safety protocols became a lot stricter. Lots of protests were sparked up because of the disaster. Songwriters also used this time to release their feelings. One song wrote about the 3 Mile Island disaster is Radiation Funk. Maxwell, the lead singer, made this song to bring a smile back to people's faces after the accident.